we've got a good one today. Another controller. Everybody loves controller sounds. Everybody loves how controllers feel in their hands. This is one of my many Gamecube controllers. I have somehow come into the possession of, oh Lord, probably like 12 to 14 Gamecube controllers. That's like 8 too many, probably. Oh my god, it's stuck on my hands. GameCube, Nintendo. Nostalgia tingles. And if you're too young for it to be nostalgia for you, I'm sorry, but you should probably go back and play them anyway. On the original hardware, don't emulate. Or do, I really don't care, but do yourself a favor and try to get a real one. It's not the same when you emulate, trust me. Alright. So we've got this sticky, yummy plastic controller. Oh, how many of you remember chewing on these? Not me, I don't. I never did that. And then, oh, the controller itself. Hold on, I'm jogging around this plug on my hand so that I can make sure it's always out of the way and doesn't click on the back of this controller, because it makes a pretty awful noise when it goes like, but you know, much harder. This one's a little tight, hold on. There we go, that'll do, I guess. Oh, I love the creaky sounds these make. I was actually more of a PlayStation kid myself when I did eventually get into video games as a slightly older child. But when I moved out on my own and started collecting random things with my meager paychecks, all the old games and consoles that I never got to play as a child but wanted to, started getting them. So this doesn't have the same kind of nostalgia to me. It probably does to a lot of people. To me, the Gamecube controller reminds me of my childhood friends, because that was the only place I ever got to play on one of these, was over at their houses. also like trying to get my hands on really rare GameCube games, and I have a couple. I have Cubivores. I have Chibi Robo. Honestly, I should have looked at my game stack before I came into the sound closet. I think it's called BattleBots. No, a Custom Robo. It's called Custom Robo. Custom Robo's really good. I've got probably 30 or 40 GameCube games that I consider to be part of my collection. I do have pretty much every Nintendo console, but it's because I'm a collector. And we will be going through all of the controllers. I don't know what's up next, but we'll probably switch over to something PlayStation just because I've been giving Nintendo a little bit too much love. And frankly, they don't deserve it. They used to, but they really disappoint me these days. That being said, they don't disappoint me practically nearly as much as every other AAA publisher and developer. I should not go on this rant, but I pray for the state of the game industry. This plug is just trying so hard to be a problem. Tapping on the table, tapping on the... Hold on, let me get it like right there, perfect. What's your favorite GameCube game? What's your favorite Nintendo game? What's your favorite console? How many adults live in your house? What's the median income of your household? Do you plan to buy a new console in the next 6 months to a year? What is your opinion of Sony Marketing's America advertising campaign for fiscal year 2025 Q3? Did it sway you towards or against buying a Sony PlayStation console? If you choose to buy a Sony console, do you plan to activate a PlayStation Plus account? Thank you for filling out this survey. You will receive absolutely nothing as a result of doing this. Have a good day. I fiddle with it for, I don't know, 45 seconds every time. The advent of wireless controllers was the greatest thing to ever happen to gaming. And if you cry about latency, I just don't know what to tell you. You and me probably wouldn't be friends. I'm kidding, I'm friends with everyone, even people I actively hate, and they have no idea. I love everyone on the outside. I let absolutely no one know what I think about them on the inside. As I think is the good Christian American way of conducting yourself. Keep the pain inside. Tell the one. I'm kidding, that is the absolute antithesis of what this channel stands for. I used to think those kind of jokes were funny. I still think they're funny, but now I think it's very important that you immediately caveat yourself and say something like, but seriously, bro, if you need a hug, I'll hug you. Like, it's okay to be cavalier, it's okay to make off-color jokes, but it's also very important to show your emotions, just to show other people that it's okay to have emotions. The ramifications are inconsequential. If you find out someone's like, yeah, emotions, they're gross, I don't want to hang out with you. Them. Get away from them. It's another one of my soapboxes. Always be unabashedly exactly who you are. You need to be yourself, just so you push away the people that don't like who you are, because they don't deserve you. You need to be yourself and be authentic and never put on a persona, because that's the absolute level 1 litmus test for someone else to prove that they're tolerable enough to hang out with you. This is probably always why the cord ends up getting tangled. now that I'm thinking critically. Come here, you little nugget. Probably should have started off doing it like this, considering I'm right-handed. I hate this thing so much. Repurposed ass video knockoff. I'm gonna have to answer for these crimes. Let's see here. Let's assess this damage. I love making it worse before I try and make it better. I do that with most things in my life. Yep. And a little bit of this. Yeah. Just takes critical thinking skills. Just takes plus 40,000 IQ. Plus, not negative. Oh. I might have made a wrong move. Let's see if this one plays out. Whoa. Oh, baby, it's a figure 8. That's kind of a common, but at least it's still a W. That is an actual knot. I can't remember what it's really called. It might actually be called a figure 8, but I kind of doubt it because sailors came up with all the knot names, and sailors are funny as hell. It's probably called like the D or something. Explorers in general. The Grand Teton Mountains. I can see the little Frenchman that came. Oh, Tetons, get Teton, Teton. Big and wide around, Teton. I have French ancestry. I'm allowed to make fun of them. You're not. You watch it. You don't have the French. You don't have the baguette pass. If you get French toast, it's because we let you have it. I also violently reject my French heritage. So don't come at me. Or do, honestly, I just want the engagement. Please. Please just interact with me, please. I'm a nice guy, I promise. I did it again. I couldn't resist the urge from making it nasty pile, miserable pile of secrets. Haven't you? jobs just clicked today and you hit it out of the park on that report. I hope all your dreams come true. I hope all your retro console gameplay is fruitful. So, all your base belong to me, and I'll see you out there. Good night.